Let me start with you, Sanju Verma. First and foremost, 2 points of attack from the opposition. Number one, you've taken 4 long years to notify these rules and you're doing it so close to the polls. It's with an eye on the polls and to polarize the electorate. And number two, the familiar criticism against the CAA that it is discriminatory and it's anti-constitution and anti-Muslim. How would you respond to both these points?
Yeah, so Zaka, my limited response is this. As you rightly said in your introductory comment, CAA is not violative of Article 14 of the Constitution because it does not pertain in any form to Indian citizens, nor does it take away the fundamental right of any Indian citizen, be it Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain, what have you. It basically only talks of giving legitimate citizenship to persecuted religious minorities, with the threshold date being 31st December 2014. I have this to say to those who are accusing the BJP of trying to run a polarizing agenda. Have Rohingyas who have illegally come to the country, because I was just in a debate where somebody asked me, are you going to throw illegal Rohingyas into the Arabian Sea? No. Are you going to throw illegal Bangladeshi migrants into the Bay of Bengal? No. But the Modi government at some point will obviously use its diplomatic heft to ensure that illegal Rohingyas, illegal Bangladeshi migrants go back to where they belong. It could be Bangladesh, it could be Myanmar, it could be Pakistan. The other lame argument is, why not give citizenship status to persecuted Hazaras or Baluchis or Ahmedias from Pakistan? So the limited point is this. The sole purpose and the whole purpose of the amended CAA Act is about non-Muslim persecuted minorities. A Hazara or an Ahmadiyya or a Baluchi for that matter in most parts of Pakistan are not minorities. So this is about persecuted minorities, and hence we are talking of a Buddhist, a Jain, a Hindu, a Christian, what have you. But my last point to Mamata Banerjee, who today has been very vocal in her criticism. Way before Mamata Banerjee became Chief Minister in 2011, her predecessor Buddhadev Bhattacharya in 2007, in a public forum, and this is on record, he said they will give, they as in the West Bengal government will give legitimate citizenship status to persecuted Matua Samaj who have come from East Pakistan as in Bangladesh. 2007, aaj 2024 hai, 17 years hence, and for the longest time now, more than 10 years, it is Mamata Banerjee who's been in power. Ahead of elections, even as recently as 2021, she said, the first thing I will do after coming back to power is to give citizenship status to the Mathua Samaj, who they loosely term as Naam Shudra, the Dalit community. मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, the Mathua Samaj today is still languishing in horrific camps in Bagjola in Nadia district. Mamata Didi, आपने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं, and you're giving lectures on integrity to Narendra Modi.
Riju Datta, please respond. A, this does not target any Indian citizen. B, this does not target any Muslims who may want to claim Indian citizenship. You can do as per the 1955 Citizenship Act, and most importantly, whether it is the Matuas, the Rajbanshis to some extent, what is the TMC and the rest of the opposition's problem with them getting expedited Indian citizenship?
Mr. Jacob, see, Trinamool Congress is the first party that said that we are going to go through the rules, and if the rules in any way, shape or form takes away the rights of the citizens of this country, we are the first party that will protest and will make sure it does not get implemented in Bengal. However, my Supremo will make a detailed comment on it because we are going through it point by point, sentence by sentence. But saying that, I have got a couple of questions for Sanjuji before I make my comment. My comment is very simple. In 2019, this was passed in the parliament. Normally, it takes 1.5 to 2 months to formulate the rules. You took 4 years. Why didn't you have the guts to implement this 6 months ago? Why just before the election? Why before the election? Because it is another carrot and stick policy of the BJP to deceive, misguide and fool the people of this country. Because Modi's guarantee means only Modi's jumla to fool people. Now she talks about Rohingyas. Now, my question is, if there are illegal Rohingyas in this country, the Rohingyas are coming to the porous border of this country. The borders of this country needs to be protected by the Home Department under Amit Shah. Then this incompetent Home Minister should resign first before raising fingers and anybody else. And my last and limited point about Matuas that she made. If she's saying that the Matuas are so unwell, the Matuas are living in such disarray in Bengal, then please explain to me how Matuas in Bengal have exercised their voting rights, have elected an MP from Bengal called Shantanu Thakur, who is a minister in the Modi cabinet and he is the shipping minister in Modi cabinet. So either he is not an Indian citizen or what Sanju ji is saying is an absolute blatant lie.
Sanju Verma, I'll come back to you in just 1 second, please, because I have Smita Prakash and Tehseen Poonawalla waiting. So, Smita Prakash, you know, the fundamental question that the opposition is asking is, by saying that only non-Muslims who are persecuted for religious reasons from these three countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, will be eligible for citizenship, fast-tracked or expedited citizenship under CAA, and this is the plea before the Supreme Court as well, that you are granting citizenship basis religion, that you are excluding one set of people, even though they may be persecuted, like the Ahmadiyas and others, even if they are being persecuted, you are excluding them because of the sole criteria of religion. So, religion-based citizenship is fundamentally against the Constitution of India. This is the contention of the opposition. This is what the opposition has gone to court for as well in challenge of CAA.
See, I think, Zaka, that question was answered by Sanju when she said that this is not anti-Muslim, anti-Indian Muslim. Muslims are not in minority in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, the three neighboring countries of ours. So they are not there, or even in Myanmar for that matter, the Rohingya Muslims. So the point is that if they are persecuted minorities, that isn't a prerequisite for CAA. I think people just generally get it that the bill is not anti-minority, anti-Indian minority. In these countries, in these three neighboring countries, they are not minorities. So why should Muslims from these countries need to be citizens of India? They can be citizens of any other country. Now, Shias, Ahmadiyyas, Rohingyas, they can take refuge in India as asylum seekers. Why do they need to be why do they need to be citizens of this country? I can't get it. The other point which keeps coming back and forth, which I'm seeing on Twitter, which I'm seeing on television channels is, why now? Why not in 2023? Why not in 2020? Why today? Today because it's Ramzan. I mean, there is really no limit to this, you know. Some could have said it's because, why not on Mahashivratri? Why? Because there's a cosmic reason. A day was chosen, Amavasya, no moon. So, violence can happen on a no moonlight. You know, the thing is, and then you can, if you go on the minority path, you can say, why not on Good Friday? That will hurt minority. You know, in our country, we have thousands of gods and we have dozens of religions and sects. So, you know, if you keep choosing the right day, you will never get it. There's always an election happening. There's always something or the other happening. I think by now, Zaka, people have figured out that the CAA does not take away anyone's rights. It grants rights to those who are seeking asylum in India. And yes, if those some might feel that, you know, secular credentials of the Constitution are being violated because of this act, there is a way for that. They can take the judicial way for that. Tehseen is here. He can tell you. I mean, the fact is that there is a place where they can go and fight it out, despite the government's efforts to explain that this is not taking away anybody's citizenship. There is a disinformation campaign and there are doubts in the mind of the people. Those who have doubts can take the legal route. Those who are going to take the disinformation route, that might result in political upheaval in the weeks ahead.